Now, there's a lot we don't know, right, about Kate's diagnosis, as she shared just very few details in that video. But what she did talk about openly, is the stress of talking about this with her very young children and how this is going to impact them. So joining us now is Dr. Patricia Moreno from the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. Dr. Moreno, thank you so much for being with us. Now, you specialize and focus on survivorship, and a key part of treatment is looking ahead and what it's going to look like after the fact. But any bit of stress can hinder that progress. She's going underneath these treatments under the microscope of the entire world. How could that impact how she recovers?
Yeah, absolutely. This is heartbreaking news, and this is incredibly difficult for anyone, but especially someone like her who's a public figure, who's expected, even more so than other public figures, to be out at events all of the time. She really emphasized the need for space and time to not only process the diagnosis, but to make decisions about what comes next, and to be able to attend to her young family, which, as you said, is a key concern for her and is a key concern for any young parent or parent who has a new cancer diagnosis, is how to address that and how to move forward as a family.
I think that's the first reaction we all had. She's just so young, 42 years old, and as we've talked about, she has 3 young children, ages 10, 8, and 6. But cancer survivorship is very much a family affair, isn't it? So how does that dynamic play into her recovery here?
Yeah, absolutely. As I think many people who receive a diagnosis, her sort of initial thoughts probably went immediately to the people who she loves, including her children. She talked about, William being a source of support and comfort for her during this time. But, the fact that she's young just really shows us someone with the level of privilege that she has, access to the best care in the world. Cancer, unfortunately, does not discriminate and affects people in ways that we don't often see coming. And she talked about how this is such a huge shock, and so really dealing with the emotional aspect of the diagnosis as she moves forward to her preventative chemo is just as important as the care that she's getting, which she talked about being the best.
Any advice for how parents can talk to their children? Perhaps they're watching the news and little girls seeing, oh no, the princess has cancer. How can parents talk to their kids about something like this in a way that's age appropriate? Yeah,
it really depends on the child and their age, but one of the things that kids really like to focus on is, what does this mean for them, right? Children are oftentimes focused on their world, and of course they worry about their parents. The more that they sense secrecy or sense that they don't understand what's going on, that uncertainty can really be more scary than the truth oftentimes. But kids like to know, what is going to be different? How are you going to be different, or what will you look like? And then also, on the other hand, what will stay the same? Will my schedule be the same? Will my activities be affected? Those kinds of things. So with kids, you're oftentimes just trying to focus on really concrete information and giving them expectations of what's to come, so that things don't feel uncertain or unexpected for them.
Well, you talked about the fact that this touches so many people, and obviously Kate Middleton aware of that too, because she had a message to other people who are dealing with cancer. She said, you are not alone, don't feel that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Cancer affects all of us in some way or another, our loved ones, us directly, and I think that she really nodded to that she's part of a larger community that spans really the world of people who are being affected by this disease, who are undergoing treatment, who have undergone treatment, or who love someone who's received a cancer diagnosis. And so I think that she can use her platform to really bring attention to cancer and to the importance of moving forward. People are doing better now than ever before. We're catching things earlier, we have better treatments, and so there's a lot of hope, and she really spoke to the importance of having faith and having hope, and there's good reason for that.
Yeah, important to have it when you're going through something like that.
Absolutely.
Dr. Patricia Moreno, thank you so very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.